We're live. Good morning. Oh, you know what I wanted to see? I know I hate starting off where I'm checking something. My speakers, my default mic. Oops. Oh, you know what I wanted to see? Shoot. All right. So my mic is actually picking up from my Logitech. Okay. So my mic is actually picking up from my web camera. So you know what I'd like to know is whether or not this sounds better. And I know I got a few of you in here. So listen to this as I'm talking. I'm going to switch my microphone. All right. I just switched my microphone. What sounds better? Number one, which was earlier, or this one? If you guys could tell me which sounds better, then I will keep it at whatever one you guys say. All this time I was worried I was hitting my microphone, and literally the microphone has been my web camera. I opened up Discord the other day on my computer here because I'd rebooted and everything, and it said you have a new like audio source or whatever, and that's what made me think of it just now. Like, oh, I should check and see because it may have switched over, and it looks like maybe it did, and it may have done it like a long time ago, back when I moved my computer. Oh, so Michelle says she likes number one. All right, so I'm gonna go back. Didn't mean to start my video like this, but let me go back and put on number one because this is number two that you're hearing right now is number two. Okay, this is number one. So that's interesting. If you like number one, that's through the web camera. So that's pretty good. But it is a Logitech versus this generic no-name microphone. And my microphone, which you can't see, look, hold on. Can I turn you? There's my microphone. But I don't have it in front of me. It's on the side of me. And I think the way this microphone works is you got to talk like directly into the front of it. That's kind of why I have the front pointing towards me right here. Actually, maybe I was supposed to turn it like this. I bet you I haven't even had it right this whole time. Oh, wow. That's the microphone. So I just wanted to tell you guys, yeah, I'll fix that. So, hey, good morning. Good morning, Michelle and Holly, who have commented in the chat. Good morning, Amy. It says, morning, sister. You turned your desk. I did a while ago. I turned my desk. Yeah, I like having it where I have more space here on the side to put my stuff. So maybe number two, it was a bit richer. Number two is more realistic. I don't know which one to go with. Let me try number one again, or number two again, but with it turned towards me. All right, so now this is number two. I'm going to end up having to rewatch the beginning of my video here. This is number two, but now I actually have it turned towards me. Can you hear me better when I do this? So that's number two. The only thing I get concerned about with any microphone, of course, is anytime I reach back over here and I'm grabbing something and I'm still talking to you guys, you probably can't hear me. And sometimes I got to remind myself of that. But yeah, so I am going to just kind of hang out today with you guys. I'm not packaging. I've decided, I've been struggling with my Wednesday morning show because we always roll over into the 9 o'clock hour, or sometimes I'm not even ready to go until 9. And I like watching the Bearded Picker. I like supporting his channel. And even though he doesn't always talk reselling, which I kind of like actually, because sometimes I get overwhelmed with too much reselling. I just like hearing about his life, what's going on with him and Steve. And of course, when I first started reselling, I fell upon his channel before his Monopoly days. And it was really listening to him that got me into doing Amazon. And I'm so thankful for him. And I'm so thankful for his channel and what it's brought, the value it's brought to me in my life. And hopefully you guys are finding that with this channel too, that I'm bringing some value to you guys. Even though I don't do a lot of videos, hopefully you're finding some value. So I decided what I'm going to do on Wednesday mornings is, did you see I actually scheduled this one? Yeah. Last night I actually scheduled this to go live, which, most of the time I don't even schedule it. I just hit live, or if I schedule it, it's like 10 minutes before. And I went ahead and did I scheduled it and I said, I'm going to do from 8, which means I got to make sure I get up before 8 o'clock. I'm going to go from 8 to 9 on this channel, just talking to you guys, just reselling talk. Let's like life talk. Let's talk about whatever topic comes up. Maybe at some point I'll start having topics to talk about. But I thought I would do that. And then while I'm listening to Scott, I'm going to package my orders. But I wanted to show you guys at least my really good bolo items, right? Because a lot of my stuff is bread and butter, and I don't really sell a lot of high value items. My average sale price on eBay is, I don't even know, maybe $18, if that. So I thought I would go ahead and show you guys at least something that sold for really, really a good price. The other thing is I can drink coffee when I'm having this 1 hour talk, because when I'm going to be on for 3.5 hours with you guys, I usually try not to drink too much because, my bladder is an old lady's bladder. But let me show you guys. First, let me say good morning to a few people. And then this is the other thing that's so cool, that I can do this, right? So I said hello to Michelle already. And I said hello to Holly, who's going to be in and out. And I said hello to Amy. For those who don't know, Amy is my sister. So we talked a lot about her last week because we talked about her maple sugaring business. Good morning, Robin. She likes number 2. Thank you. And actually, Amy says number 2 also because it's richer. It may be a bit more radio style for number 2 is what Michelle said. Okay. Yeah, I can go with that. I'm all right. Good morning, Pam. Stitch It. Good morning. Up since 4 a.m. You sound like me, although I didn't get up until I think 5:30 this morning. Booster shot yesterday, took lots of pictures and will be listing mode today. Wow. Are you having a reaction to your booster? I'm assuming that if you have a reaction to like number 2 when you got your second shot, because your third shot is exactly the same as your first shot and your second shot. That's what the pharmacist told me, that chances are you might have reactions to your third shot too. So that stinks. All I had pretty much was a headache. Hey, good morning, Asit Patel. Welcome. I've seen your name, but I don't see you very often, but I'm almost positive I've seen your name before. Good morning, Anissa. How are you doing? Did you guys get any snow in Pennsylvania? It snowed here yesterday. It's all gone. It didn't stick, but it came down as snow, which honestly, I'll take snow any day over rain. If the temperatures are going to be in the 40s, you might as well give me some snow instead of rain. I'd rather walk in snow than walk in rain. So they say I've been following you from the last few months, and you are more realistic and genuine. Thanks for keeping it simple. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that feedback. Listen, I am a no holds bar on this channel. You get it as you see it. I don't mute myself very often. I say what's on my mind, and I let you guys know the struggles that I go through. I'm no sugarcoating. And there are some really good YouTube channels out there that are like me, and then there's some that just, in my opinion, just sugarcoat it and make people think that this is an easy business to run, and it's not. We have our struggles. And I'm very truthful with you guys too, that I do this full time, but I'm not always looking for full-time income. I do it more as just extra income for our family because my husband's retirement takes care of everything, thankfully, for us, which is one reason why we moved. I've said it a bazillion times. We moved from Vermont to New York because it's so much cheaper to live here. My mother-in-law was saying, so she's moving over, and she was telling me yesterday that they're currently living with me, for those just to catch you up. And she goes, I think I'm going to go, when I go back to Vermont for an appointment for my husband. She goes, in December, she goes, I think I'm going to make an appointment to get my hair done and to get my car worked on, like, maintenance, just oil change type of thing. And I said, you can go to the Toyota place here and get your oil change. You don't have to go all the way back to Vermont. She's like, I can? Like, you can bring your car to any Toyota dealer and get your free oil change, because for the first so many miles or whatever, you get free oil changes. So, and then I said, you know what? Get your hair cut here. Go to my hair stylist because it's so much cheaper. It costs $18 for a haircut. And she goes, oh my gosh, I pay $40 in Vermont. I said, yeah, $18 here. So start to take advantage of the cheaper living here, and don't keep going back to Vermont where it's more expensive. So Pam says, I love your show, Tamara. I have learned so much from you. I have been selling for 20 plus years and social networking has become a need. Well, thank you so much again. Hey, you guys, if you have any reselling questions, throw them in the chat because I really don't have any except for one topic to talk about today. Plus, I want to show you my a really good bolo, something for you not to pass up if you see them at thrift stores and stuff. It is a secondhand item. So Anissa said they did have snow, but no sticking. Yeah, see, that's what's great about it. Love it. Hey, good morning, Sandy. Ready, steady, sells. Hey, let me show you. Speaking of snow, let me show you my bolo. Actually, I got two of them. This is the biggest bolo for today. So I saw this at the Salvation Army. Can you see? I tried to push my camera back today so I wouldn't be so close. So this is a Ski-Doo jacket. Let me show you the back. Ski-Doo. It says Ski-Doo down the side. So really, really nice jacket. It's in great condition. It is, let me see what size this was. Oh, it's a size small too. But so they had this at the thrift store for $5 and I grabbed it. So I had it listed, I think for $125 and it's been listed for about a month. And I had an offer yesterday for $90 and I was just like, oh, take it. Take it. You have $5 into it and $90 is still a great profit. So I went ahead and took the $90 offer. So I was pretty happy with that. Hey, good morning, SRG. SRG in the house. I just love you. Every time I see a little icon-y here on my screen, I don't know. I like it. I like cartoon characters. So reselling question, how do I sell my junk? Get it listed. I know, just kidding. You're saying just kidding. I'm not just kidding. For those who are like overwhelmed, they're just getting started, or maybe not just getting started, and they got a huge death pile and they're thinking, oh my gosh, what do I do? I got all this stuff, which my in-laws with their moving gave me a lot of stuff. And I'm like, where do I start? You know where I started? Box number 1 on the top. And then I went to box number 2. And then I boxed up 1 and 2 and I'm giving them both back to them because I decided as I was taking pictures I should say after I took pictures, my mother-in-law used to have an angel collection and I took pictures of all of these angels that were in these 2 boxes. And I thought, you know what? When they were going to that other house, they weren't going to have room. And that's why they got rid of a lot of stuff. But now that they ended up with this other house that they're buying, which hopefully I think they're closing next week, they ended up saying they were going to put up their hutch again. They have like a antique vintage hutch type thing. I'd say probably more antique than vintage. And so I'm like, do you want these angels back? I just taken pictures of every single one of them. And she said, yeah. So I repackaged them all back up for her. And I have them just in case as she's putting them up, she decides that she doesn't want some of them and gives them back to me. I already got photos taken. But yeah, just like that whole saying of how do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. That's how you get started. Take that offer. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, that's what I did on this. Oh yeah, Amy sent me a text this week. She scored. Excuse me. All right, I gotta take a sip. A tickle in my throat. I'm still dealing with that. I think it's a side effect of a medicine. I keep getting this tickle. So Amy says I scored this week $10 sous vide sold for $150. And I remember when she found that. I had it listed for $180. It's been listed for 6 months and they paid shipping. That is great. That's honestly, I would have taken that. If I had something for $180 and somebody offered me $150, especially if it's been listed for 6 months. Oh yeah, I would take it. Especially if I paid $10 too. Now I've had things, I just listed something last week. I think I'm asking 14 for it, and somebody sent me an offer for 5. Like, yeah, no. I just declined those. And most of the time somebody did come back with a $10 offer, and I keep countering at 12. Like I'll do 12, but I won't. It will sell at 14. But I feel like if you put best offer on your items, and I don't know this for a fact, but I feel like if you put best offer, that your any promotion that eBay offers if you take advantage of it, I feel like you kind of have a little slide up in the algorithm, but I don't know for a fact. I see Tommy's in here. He probably knows. Good morning, Jen. How are you today? And Tommy's here. He wants to know, what's the fastest way to 7 figures? Spend $1,000. Well, wait a minute. Spend $3,000 on my course, and that is the fastest way to driving a Lamborghini and a Tesla. You can have them both in your garage with a caretaker to take care of them. It's called work. That's the fastest way to 7 figures. Doing the work. Put in the grunt work. Or marry somebody really rich, which I didn't do. Let me see. If we join Patreon, can we skip 6 figures and go right to 7? Oh, you don't want to join Patreon. You want to buy the course. Yeah, that's where the money's at. That's how it makes me a 7 figure, is you buying my course. Reselling question. Thanks for these questions, guys, even if they are jokes. Because even a joke for somebody watching that's never done reselling before, even if it's a joke and I'm saying how to do it, like obviously buying a course, I've bought one course in my lifetime and I don't really feel like I got my monies out of it. I think that I see so many courses out there and I just shake my head thinking, why are people spending money on this? And I know I've had people in here that have spent a lot of money on courses. I mean, if you get something out of it, great. Some people really need that, like, I don't know, just, need that education level to get it rather than kind of sourcing where you can find it. And I think there are times when buying something might be worth it. $1,000 courses, I don't feel like those are really worth it. But there are times when I've seen, let's say, I think I've talked about this on here before because I took this class about like digital marketing and stuff. And it was saying how, let's say I ran a blog and every day I'm putting out keto recipes. And I'm telling you, here's this keto bomb. Here's this keto chaffle. Here's a keto, like all these keto recipes every day. And you can come to my website and you can find those recipes every single day. But what if I said, you know what? Instead of searching my website every time you want to look up something, here's a book you can buy, a physical book or a digital download, and you'll have every recipe that I've ever put out in that book, right? You have 1,000 recipes in these books. That to me is worth it, to go ahead and buy something like that instead of logging onto that website every time. Personally, for me, I like a physical book when I'm cooking because I hate when I have to keep hitting my screen because it keeps timing out. So, all right, reselling question. What is your opinion on having a death pile but still sourcing? Well, this is my my opinion of what I do in the summertime. For me, living up here in the North Country in northern New York, where garage sales have ended and they won't start up again until probably like May timeframe. I will source through the summer, even if I have a death pile. Even though I say to myself, you're going to get everything listed every day you pick up or every week. It doesn't always happen. But if I can stockpile it, because all winter long, there's not going to be garage sales. And that's some of the cheapest places for me to buy stuff. The other thing is I do have a few thrift stores, but most of the time for me, I have to go on a road trip. You guys hear me talk about it all the time. I go road tripping. And so for me to have a death pile allows me through the winter when we have nor'easters coming in and we got 3 feet of snow and we're blocked in for a week, that I can still continue listing and shipping and all that kind of stuff. So I am all for it. But if you are on the verge of running out of space or you find yourself just buying and throwing onto your death pile and you're now becoming possibly a hoarder status, then I would say you need to stop sourcing. If you're not listing anything from your death pile every time you source, you need to stop sourcing. So that's my opinion on that one. Can you talk about those totes with alphanumeric numbers behind you and how do you use them? I assume they are storage totes for your products. They are. Let me show you what I do. I'm going to pull up, I'm going to see. I'm going to pull up my active. Let me do active listings. I'm just going to pull this up and then I'm going to share the screen with you guys. All right, let me share. So what I do is when I list an item, I put it into one of these totes behind me. No, I don't want to share myself. What? Oh, it's because I'm on this screen. Hold on. I had it set up today than I normally do. Usually I have you guys on a different screen than the screens I'm using, but I didn't do that today. Okay, so I just opened up another window. Share screen. Because then when I went back to me, it went to that. Ah! Why does it do that sometimes? You guys see that shaky? Shaky. All right. So here is my active listings here on eBay. You see that? I've hit over 2,000 items. So what I do is when I list something, by the way, this is sorted by highest price right now because I just sent out some offers yesterday. So when I list something, I will put in my custom SKU that's over here in this column where it's located. So you can see, like, for instance, this watch actually is on my desk, but this hat is in M, and this Duracraft air cleaning is in A6. This lot of Lego bricks, Ninjago, Harry Potter things, this is in E1, and this one's in A. So whenever I sell, I know exactly where these items are. So that's what these totes are. So I don't have a tote that's like just for clothes and one for just for Legos. I literally, when I go to list something, I say, okay, where do I have room? Oh, there's room in P. I'm going to put it in P. Next I have, like, this says GS, that stands for garage sale. So, and then 25 cents. So I paid 25 cents for this at a garage sale. And then, like, this one I paid $10 for at a garage sale. This one is $120 I have invested into this. This was a bad buy. This was $7.15 and so forth. So that's how I use this. Now 10% means, in this instance, I'm consigning this for somebody, a friend of mine, and I'm paying her 10%. I keep 10% after fees and shipping and all that. So that's what I do for my items. And then, like, the stuff that's up on the top shelf, like, hold on, right here, right? So I'll put big and bulky things on the top, and then I'll say this is on, like, top shelf P, right? Because these are mostly P's. So it'll say top shelf P. Now that J3 is actually a P. These actually don't. That's different. These I don't put. I don't put those numbers in my things because I know what they are. So I know it's confusing, but I have all down this. I've got all down this side. And then I have on the back side of this goes all the way down also. All letters. I started with A, B, C, D, and then I went A1, A2, all the way to A9, and then I went B1 to B9, C1 to C9. I'm currently at HIJK. I'm at K3, I think, right now is where I'm at. That's how many totes I have. Hey, good morning, Robin. I don't think I said hi to you yet. Yes, I did say hi to you. You said hi up above. I'm looking for the best way for me to keep track of my eBay inventory. How do you keep track of yours? There you go. Oh, so how do the actual inventory itself, spreadsheet or software? I got to say, I don't have a good way of keeping track of my unlisted software. So I know with taxes, you're supposed to say your beginning inventory, and that includes your unlisted. I don't do that correctly. But what I do is I'll take my ending inventory on December 31st. I run a bunch of reports, and it will tell me on all the different platforms what I have listed there. I shouldn't say all, really, because everything's listed on eBay and Amazon. Those are my two main platforms. So I run my end inventory of eBay for FBA and my end inventory for Amazon, FBA, and then eBay. And that gives me my total. Because when you log on to eBay, it tells you. So on my screen, it shows me that I've got $72,295 worth of stuff listed, but that's obviously resale value, not what I paid for it. So yeah, I don't do that right. I use, well, that's not what you're asking. So I'm not going to ask, I'm not going to keep going on. Jen, you're a beast. I join your course, or Tamara's or Tommy's. I know. I don't feel like, honestly, I feel like whatever I share here, yeah, I don't feel like I'm as valuable to have a course. Just come here and listen to me. If you came on and just listened to my show a couple times a week, you would get that knowledge. You wouldn't have to pay for a course. Just ask the question if you want to know. I'm very, very out there with answers. People will pay $500 to find out how to get ungated in Nike. I'll tell you who to order from Nike. Well, at least who I ordered from. I don't know if it still works. Sometimes when you hear that a company worked to get ungated on Amazon, sometimes it stops working. So I definitely don't think, oh, hold on. Oh, so this is something I was saying about that I think it. And so Tommy says, I definitely don't think best offer bumps in search, but it definitely brings in people who think they can save money. Then they get caught in the emotions and sometimes buy. You know what I find weird is I watched a sweater yesterday. My daughter sent me a message and said, hey, what do you think of this sweater? Pretty much for her boyfriend. And I said, I went to the listing and I noticed that they didn't make an offer on, but I watched it. That last night I got a discounted offer. I just think it's interesting that even if you don't have best offer on, you can still send offers. I've been trying to be really good right now with sending offers, which I did send some last night. I wish that we knew how the search algorithms worked, right? Everybody keeps their stuff so hush hush on their platforms, but it would be really nice. But when eBay says, hey, we got this new thing, I just think it's worth at least trying to see if it helps you. But it does make me having best offer on, it does make me bump my items up even a few dollars, like at least 10 or 20%, so I can offer 10 or 20% to somebody. Oh, my other sister hurt herself today. She fell on ice at work and hurt herself. Oh my gosh. Hope she's okay. I'm thinking about buying Rockstar's Genie thing for accounting. I need major help with that. No matter how anyone feels about him, I need accounting help. Anissa, get with me. I am happy to set up some time with you and we can do, I actually have a video on it too, but I can do it one-on-one with you. But I have a video out there about how I do my accounting. I really feel like I've gotten it down pretty well and it doesn't take much time. Now, the only thing is the whole like before inventory and ending inventory. That's the only thing I'm not very good at. But I have a system I feel really, really comfortable with. Now, I use Inventory Lab for my accounting, that's where I input it. But I can tell you how to get the numbers and we can set up an Excel spreadsheet. I used to have an Excel spreadsheet and it's somewhere. And it was really good Excel spreadsheet. If I can find it, I'm sure it's somewhere on one of my external hard drives. If I can find it, I'll put it in the Discord group, because what I would do was I would have all these tabs. So I'd have a tab for eBay and I would put in what my income, my sales, my income, my sales, my sales, my expenses, my fees, all that, shipping, whatever. And then I would go to Mercari and I had a tab for Mercari, a tab for Poshmark, tab for all these different platforms. And then I had another one that was just for like your general overall expenses. So let's say I buy boxes, my mileage, my home business expenses, like that's for all platforms. It's not platform specific. I had a tab for that and it totaled it up every month. And then it put it into another spreadsheet, all within the same spreadsheet, but another tab was my total. So this was my total sales on all platforms, my total expenses on all platforms, on all everything included. And then so I could see like at a glance where I'm at overall. I mean, Inventory Lab does that for me now. So I don't use the Excel spreadsheet, but I have that. So I would be happy to help you with that. I don't know how much his class is, but I'd be happy to try and carve some time out to do that for you, or send you to that video that I use that I do. Just shows you how to pull the reports from eBay and how to calculate things, and then what do you do with those numbers? Before promoted listings maybe, but promoted listings trumps all by 10,000 fold. Yeah, I turned off my promoted listings last night. I got to turn them back on. Hey Siri, remind me at 9 o'clock to turn on my promoted listings.
Okay, add it to today's reminders.
There, I can do it after. Yeah, I turned them off and I was gonna redo them this morning. I'm changing around some numbers a little bit for the holiday season. Let's see. Right now I am old school, completely pen, paper, handwritten spreadsheets, notebook, log for miles. Oh yeah, let's get you better. Let's get you better on that. So Tommy says, Anissa, GoDaddy hooks right into eBay and bank account, $9 a month, send to accountant and end of year. There you go. I paid for GoDaddy for a whole year one time and never used it. The problem is you still have to go in and adjust some things and add some stuff. Which I have to do with my method too. Does mileage and all. If he is selling something, there's 100% there is a catch. Yeah. Well, first of all, he's just the fact that he's just selling it. But I don't think negative of people. Oh, you want to see something? Hold on. I got to show you guys something. Oh, come on. All right. Can you see? All right. I don't know if you can see look way out, right? I have a fire pit. See, there's a man right there. See, he's carrying something really big. So I asked my father-in-law. He was looking for something to do last week because since his heart attack, he can't really do anything. And I said, "Hey, I have this the snowman blow mold." And my mother-in-law thought a blow mold was the ones that you blow, that you blow up. But all right, excuse me for coughing. I hate to do that near the microphone. So I said, if you get time today, if you could clean that for me, because we were having like 60-degree weather. I said, it's great if you want to go out there and clean that. I need it to be cleaned. Well, he ended up putting it up against my husband's Jeep for it to dry. And we had wind or something that night and it blew it over. And the temperatures had gone down into the 30s and it ended up cracking it right down the thing. So he's like, oh, now it's garbage. So he put it out in the burn pit to burn. I'm like, well, number one, it's plastic. You're not supposed to be burning plastic. Number two, don't throw away my blow mold. Like, ask me. So I gave him hell this morning. All right, so back it does mileage and all. So yeah, so some of the classes I don't think are bad, right? So there's and Tommy, I think he's been on your show, the guy who does the clothing, and maybe he ended up not selling that list, but I know there's people who will sell like list of things, right? And if it's like $5-10, it's not that big of a deal. It saves you time from having to watch a bunch of videos, bolos. If you're just starting out, it's great that you have it right in front of you to know, oh, these are the brands I should be looking for. Just make sure it's an updated one because what was popular last year may not be as good this year. So those types of things I'm not as, negative on. It's the $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 courses that promise to make you a millionaire. Those I don't like. Buying a course is not going to make you a millionaire. It's like buying a gym membership does not make me a swimsuit model, right? It takes the time and effort and you got to put it in to become that. All right. I didn't know how to use that. I would need someone to teach me to use it. Yeah, I'm not sure on the GoDaddy how to use that. I had it, but I never really did anything with it when I had it. But it was like 4 years ago that I had it. It's just an app. It's so easy, I swear. There you go. Tommy, you should do a video on it. I'm sure there's probably some out there. I do nothing from computer except list and print labels. Hey, good morning, Laura. I did start early. I'm going to wrap up at 9, so I'm available I like watching Scott's channel live. Just like when I'm watching Tommy's channel, which I don't watch live because I'm sleeping. And he had a live last night, by the way. or last night, this morning. And so many times I'm like, I want to say something, but I know it's just after the fact, right? Sometimes I'll leave it in the comment, but a lot of times I don't. But I'm like screaming at sometimes literally saying, talking out loud to the computer. So I like to watch things live. So Tommy says there's a free trial, he believes. Download it and try the trial, see if you like it. Yeah, it doesn't hurt to do free trials. Absolutely. That's what I was telling people with like I know that Vendu has a free trial, but it's very, very limited what they give you. They really need to give you full access to everything for your free trial to see what the program's really like. And same with like List Perfectly if you're looking for cross listing. I know that Tommy uses that Prime Lister. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. And I did do a free trial of that. I think it was for, like 5 days or something. Maybe it was a week. Hey, good morning, Charlie Brown. I was talking all about you on Monday, saying how popular you were and people should buy anything with your name and image on it. I was talking about the peanuts, obviously, but there was I did some peanuts themed items selling last week. Laura does old school bookkeeping too. There, and this, it doesn't feel so bad. In some ways, I kind of feel like mine is somewhat old school because I still have to run the reports and kind of like grab the numbers. Like I don't have it feeding into GoDaddy or Amazon feeds into Inventory Lab, but every other platform I have to manually do and then put it into Inventory Lab. And it's funny how I procrastinated so much doing some of my bookkeeping, and within a day I got done like 6 months worth. It's I don't know, I just find it pretty simple overall. I feel like I've gotten myself into a rhythm. Putting my cost of goods into my custom SKU has really been helpful. Just all these little like small things that have made things easier. I use Mileage IQ to track my mileage. I feel like when I used to do it on pen and paper in a notebook in my car, so many times I would forget to get the ending mileage and then I would just guess. And I have a video on this too. I'm just going to show up and show you guys what the all right, so see that yellow icon? That's Mileage IQ. I love that app. And I heard that QuickBooks has one also. If you're using QuickBooks, you can use that same type of thing. But when I travel, so this one, hold on. Okay, so when I travel, right? So right here it will show me. I haven't done anything this week to like log in my miles, but you literally just says Potsdam to home. So yesterday, okay, I know where I was and I did do some sourcing. I bought some items. So if I swipe this way, it adds it as a business expense and sourcing, right? So then if I swipe this way, which I'm going to swipe this way because it was on the way. I literally sat for 10 minutes at a red light. That's sourcing. So you just sit there and swipe left to right. And then let me show you. So then, like, for instance, here's October views, and it shows me $488, 100% complete. So I'll look and see, like, have I gone back and done all of my mileage? Then you can run a report, and the report will show you how much was personal and how much was business. And I just take that and put it into I put it in Inventory Lab, but you could put it into your spreadsheet. It calculates it all for you. It's so simple. I love it because it picks up everything. Now, some people don't like that, the app is tracking you. It knows exactly where you're going. It gives you have to give it access. When I take the UTV and I bring my phone with me and we take our UTV on our 100 acres and I go like way out to the field where there's no roads or whatever, it tracks me. And if we stop for long enough in that field, it'll pop up saying it tracked my drive and it will show this dot on in the middle of the field. Obviously I just swipe and say it's personal. Yeah. So, but I like it. I use that a lot. I use that custom SKU, cost, date, and where purchased. See, I don't put the date, and I've been thinking about doing that now that I've been ending and relisting a lot of my items. I'm thinking about maybe starting to put the month and year so I know exactly when I listed the item, and it will make it a little easier for me to know. Sometimes on there's times when I'll get an offer and it will say this item's been listed 678 days. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, get it gone. Like, get it gone. I don't care what your offer is. It's going out the door. So it is nice to have that. I need to start putting in there where I am storing it. Losing things lately. Yes. I've had the dusty inventory system storage was fine till lately. Yeah, I don't know how people do that. And even like I've seen some other people who will say, let's say for instance, well, there's some people who just have like one shelf and they put all their stuff on a shelf, or they'll put all their jeans in this one area. But I guess if you're not going to have more than one bin, then it's not so bad. But the minute you go over into a second bin, you don't want to have to be looking through 3 or 4 bins. And I'll say for instance, I listed all of those like cross stitch kits, all those craft kits I had. I had 2 boxes. They were pretty, nice size boxes. If you could, I don't know if you could see. Hold on. They're right over here on the floor. What is that back there? Oh, you can't see because my cart here, I have some stuffed animals. I want to get some shelves to put those on. But I have those and they're in 2 boxes. Well, I never put like box 1, box 2, or called them a certain, Z1 and Z2 or anything like that. So every time I sell a cross stitch, I got to go through both boxes unless I find it right off in the first box. It's really a pain. Yeah. When you're first starting, if you can get a good system, and I love my system. You have no idea. When I went and grabbed something today, which another thing I'm going to show you is a bolo, it said it was in tote C, and I went, opened up tote C. Oh, there it is. Like, it's just wonderful. It's wonderful. It's wonderful when I use it correctly, because there's times when I will list a bunch of stuff, and which is what it was on Monday, right? I was so stressed about my mess Monday. It's all clean. Well, I mean, not clean, but it looks good. I put so much away. Got so much list. It was listed, but without tote numbers. So I put everything in totes and had to go back. Extra work for me, but then I went back and added the tote number into my custom SKU. That is farce. We 100% we do not have to do inventory. That accountant should not be in business. So it depends on your accounting and how you do your accounting, whether or not you have to do inventory. So check with your CPA. There is a new way that came out, I think it was under Trump, where you could take your cost of goods right away. You didn't have to sell it. You could just account for it right away. If you do a cash accounting, you don't have to do an inventory. So you just take your inventory, your eBay report on ending inventory, and use the sales value as the ending inventory, or do you use your buy cost? Well, you're supposed to use your buy cost. Yeah, I don't listen to how I do it, because I do not do it correctly, because I do not do inventory, and hopefully the IRS is not listening to me. I only expense my cost of goods sold, though. I only expense it when it sells. I don't do the other way where I expense it right away. There's 2 different ways you can do it. I don't do it the other way. And I know there are a lot of resellers who do it the other way. Good morning, Cindy. How are you today? It's very easy to figure out if you just look at results when doing comps. The results are in batches of 20. Big categories reserve 10 spots for promoted that cannot be bypassed. Yeah, that's why I believe in promoted listings big time. Yeah, small categories with no competition, it doesn't matter. That is true. But I find it cumbersome to have to pay attention. Like, if I know I'm the only one selling a specific item in a certain type of category, it's just easier for me to just say promote everything, right? Just do like the trending, because obviously if you're one of the only ones, the trendings are low. And I showed that the other day. I shared my screen the other day and I showed how much I've been paying. Even though I say trending plus whatever, a lot of the times I'm still only paying like 6% or 4% or things like that, even though I may have set it to 15% as max. It's not charging me 15%. And the reason why I chose 15% is because that's what I do on Etsy for my offsite ads. And I just have found Etsy offsite ads extremely beneficial to me. So I build it into my cost. Speaking about cost, I do want to share with you guys. I'm probably gonna lose my spot here. Hold on. Let me just look quickly. Oh, when you do private hangouts. Yeah, I don't do any private hangouts with anybody. Thrift a Life. Yes. No, it's donation only. Okay. I'm so far behind on messages. I feel like sometimes I watch people and they say that all the time. I can't stay up for Tom. He says it and I say, yeah. Me too. Yeah, if Tamara has a video. Yeah, do a search on my channel for the word accounting and it will pop up. If I think I'll go grab it. I'll be watching Bearded Picker as well. Yeah, I like the Bearded Picker. I mean, there's some things I don't agree with him. Some things he does or has done in the past I don't agree with. But overall, I still really like the man. I do that watching replays. Yeah, scream at the thing because you want to say something or you want to like type in the chat, but you can't. Oh my gosh. Yes, crazy. Drives me crazy. So Tommy uses list perfectly. Oh, Charlie was in Facebook jail last week. Did you tell us why, Tommy? Charlie, let me see. Join the club, Charlie. Oh, Anissa was too. I just had them take down some perfume. Let me see if I can find the perfume. Let me show you what they just took down. Blossom. Okay. I'm going to show you this. All right. So they just took down this listing. I'm trying to click on the wrong screen. All right. So Imperial Blossom Eau de Parfum. I probably should change it and put the word perfume without an E on the end too. So if you look over here, it says our impression of Notre Imitation Duo, whatever, by Juicy Couture, right? So I had put that in my title. I said impression of, and I put that plus juicy whatever. So I got flagged, right? So I put this right here in my title, and I got flagged saying that I was misrepresenting the product. So I did fight it. And part of me is thinking I probably should fight it, right? Because I got a warning. And I probably should come back and say, listen, I'm saying exactly what is on the packaging. How is that misrepresenting the product? It's what's on the packaging. And so I took it out of the title. I relisted it, took it out of the title and put it down there. I'm hoping I almost didn't even relist it. I only got one bottle of it. And it's been listed for over a year. I used to buy those at Big Lots and sell them like crazy on Amazon. Not just that brand, but all of the perfume at Big Lots sold very, very well on Amazon. But they don't carry it anymore. So I still have that one. I can't wait till I can do morning shows when the girls are older, said Tommy. That would be great. I can't keep my political thoughts to myself. It's hard. I drop things here and there, but it's very difficult. But politics, as much as people don't like to talk about it, politics plays a role in your business. It plays a role in your business, which brings up what I wanted to talk to you guys about today before I got 10 minutes left of the show. Probably not going to get through all these comments, but there is a message from Amazon that they are raising the rates for FBA next year. Hold on. Let me go to I should put it up on the screen, right? Because people like to read. But if you go to your Amazon account under news, there's a new one called Update to Amazon USA Referral and FBA Fees starting January 18th, 2022. So in a nutshell, they are raising their rates to 5.2%, I think is what it was. So they're pretty much saying how great things are, how great, great, great. But hey, we are going to raise your fees. Oh, I don't see it right in front of me, but I was almost positive it was 5.2%. I think that's what it was. So if you're sending stuff in through FBA, no, come January 18th, it's going to cost you at least 5% more in fees. So just keep that in mind. If you're sourcing stuff today that you might be selling for January, stuff for New Year's resolutions and all that kind of stuff, your fees are going to be 5% more. So just keep that in mind. So there you go. That's because of political things that are happening have driven the cost of goods up, which has raised inflation. So that's always passed on to the consumer. And when it comes to Amazon third-party sellers, we're one of their consumers in that regard. So yeah. So be prepared. You'll probably see that coming up on eBay's end too. Even though eBay doesn't have, well, I mean, I'm sure eBay has a little bit of expenses have gone up from like hiring people, right? Because the cost of people's salaries has gone up. So that could possibly play a role, but I don't know. Maybe not. With Amazon, I'm sure a lot of it is just the cost of hiring staff, because they always have issues getting staff in there. And I'm sure they've had to raise their rates of pay to get people in there. And then the cost, I'm sure UPS could possibly have raised their rates because of the cost of gas has gone up. I'm trying to figure out which Cricut to get. The Cricut Maker bundle is $2.99 at Joann's. I'm very tempted. Which one do you have? So I have the Cricut Explore 2. The Cricut Maker is really good if you want to cut things like wood, which I wish I had because I would like to cut like balsa wood, I think it's called. That really thin wood. There's other things that Cricut Maker can do, which could be advantageous for you. But right now, the prices I think are really good. Amazon is matching the prices that Joann's has, because I was hoping to flip some this year like I did last year, but they're not profitable right now. Just bought a steam press. Good job, Charlie. I just saw some steam presses. Where was that? At Aldi's, I think. I just went to Aldi's yesterday. I did some. If I go on a rampage, I'll leave my phone at home, says Anissa. I did some sourcing at Aldi's yesterday. Don't sleep on those advent calendars. I put date purchased and purchase price and also date listed. Sometimes stuff sits till I get around to listing. Yeah. I'll see. I don't put when I. Yeah. So you put the date listed. So yeah, that's what I would put. The date listed, not the date I sourced it. I put cross stitch in 2-gallon bags, then number bag and bin. There you go. I don't number the stuff in my bin. And I know there are some people who number the stuff in their bins. I don't do that. Anissa does the scavenger hunt method. All right, so Pam does the cash accounting method. Have used GoDaddy for several years. There you go. Very good. Yeah, eBay took that down, my listing, saying I was, somebody must have turned me in, saying that I was, probably because they did a search for the juicy perfume and that came up, would be my guess. Oh, well. What, Charlie, you lost your Facebook? You lost, did you lose Facebook? Is that what you said, Facebook? Well, for some reason I was thinking eBay. Okay. Oh, you're trying to entice some fat mass murder going on? Jeez, ridiculous. I didn't see your post, so I don't know. Politics, yes, plays a part in our everyday life, unfortunately. It sure does. And it definitely rolls into your business. There's no doubt. I was on a reading Facebook this morning, and as most of you know, if you don't already, here's a wake-up call that in 2022, if you sell on a platform and you sell more than $600, you will start getting a 1099. Back when it was PayPal, we wouldn't get one until it was $20,000. But unless you lived in certain states, like I know Vermont was 600, so I would get one when I lived in Vermont. Well, the amount of people that are posting when they're hearing this on these Facebook groups saying, "Oh my gosh, I thought it was 20,000. I haven't been reporting anything." Somebody else says, "Well, I already pay taxes when I buy it. Why do I have to pay them again?" And I'm like, wow. The amount of people who are ignorant to the laws concerning income taxes, state taxes, and so forth is just ridiculous. If you are going to be starting a business and starting to sell something, you really need to just become knowledgeable in what it means. The problem is people, and I'm sure a lot of you on here are like me, that I pay my taxes. If I sell $1, I claim $1. Well, after expenses, right? I mean, you got to take away your expenses. But if I have $1 profit after all my expenses, I pay taxes on that dollar. And we have been at a disadvantage all these years because there are so many people, and I'm starting to see how many people have not been paying their taxes. Well, we automatically know that I take 25% in my mind. I'm like 25% of whatever I make is going to go to taxes. These people have not been doing that. They're automatically making 25% more than us in profit, which gives them that ability to sell their stuff for cheaper because they're not going to claim it and pay taxes on it, which has been honestly kind of shitty for us who've been following the laws. Well, the IRS has gotten smart and said, there's a lot of people evading taxes. So we're going to make it harder for them to evade by dropping the limit to 600, which I think is a brilliant idea for them. It'll probably drive some part-time people out of reselling because they're not going to want to deal with taxes. If I sold $100,000 and I had 50,000 in expenses, and now I have to pay taxes on 50,000, I'll pay taxes on 50,000 versus giving up my business because I don't want to pay taxes on 50,000. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You pay taxes when you go to your job. It's just the same thing. It's just you're working for yourself. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap up. I'm sorry I did not get through all of these. I'm just going to go down and see if I miss anything because I want to wrap up because we got like not even a minute and I want to sign off to jump on to Scott's channel. Yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't when I first started selling. Yeah, I think that's a lot of people. I mean, if you're just selling your kids' clothes and you're just looking to liquidate your stuff from your own house, that's different than going out purposely buying something from a thrift store or a garage sale to flip. That in my opinion, that's different. And I think the IRS looks at that a little bit different too. If you're looking to make money on what you're selling, you got to claim it. When the ones who start paying taxes and start to dump their death piles as the honest ones who have been paying taxes will reap the rewards. Exactly, Pam. There you go. Exactly. I mean, Karen. Geez, I think I've been calling you Pam the whole time. I got you both written down, and I think I'm mixing you both up. Geez, Louise. I'll get it right sooner or later. All right, folks. I'm gonna let you go. I'll see you over if you're jumping over to Scott's channel. I don't even know if he's doing a live today. Anybody even know? Let me check and see if he's even live. Let me check and see. Oh, he might not even be live today. He's not showing up on my screen. Let me put his channel in just to see. Because it didn't show up. I don't think he's live today. He had an auction last night. He may not be live today. But I'm going to wrap up anyhow because I've got so much to do today. I'm going to head out and do some sourcing. I've still got to package about 20 orders for today. And then, I wanted to show you one more thing that I got. So I went to a garage sale and this guy had some mugs and I bought a mug and then he goes, I think they were a quarter and he goes, "Oh, take another one for free. Buy one, get one free," he said. And I looked through and I grabbed this one. So this one I got for free. And I sold it for $22 on Etsy. So I've talked to you guys quite a few times. I've said to you, if you have stuff that is vintage, throw it on Etsy. I feel like I do so much better with vintage things on Etsy than I do on eBay. And I think, yes, look at this one. Copyright 1978 on the bottom. Whoops. There you go. So yeah, so it's cute. So this says, you know you're in love when you don't get any work done, right? Because he's just dreaming of the girl or the guy he loves. So I sold that, and it even has a heart on the handle. $22. So that's a pretty good one. Oh, Charlie says he's traveling. Oh, so he's not going to be on today. Okay, well that's. I mean, I say that's nice, but honestly, I'd prefer to listen to him. Daily Refinement just went live though. Who else is live? Chick Picker, Paul Antonelli. They all popped up on mine. So those people I follow. So I'm going to go anyhow so I can get that work done. Thank you so much for popping in. If anybody is watching the replay and you have any type of questions, put them down below. I'll answer them, but I'll address them next week because I think this is the format I kind of like, is just coming on and talking to you guys and answering any questions you have, and all that. So, all right. See you later. And Anissa, if you want to talk about accounting, feel free to reach out and we'll see what we can come up with. Alrighty. Have a great day, guys. Bye.